The busy Mysore Bank circle in Bengaluru, the scene of a protest against the bill that was introduced in the Karnataka Assembly at Belagavi. Protesters gathering here to raise their voice against it. Now, Mamta, the government says the bill is to protect the freedom of religion and is against forced conversion. Why are you opposing it?
No, to say this is not against the constitution and also against the democracy. They didn't ask any public or anyone, they themselves made this bill. How can they bill it? And also there is no discussion in the assembly. Finally, this is not in a one religion, this thing. Later on, it will affect directly women. That's what we are. Women's movement, I'm standing here.
The act presumes by itself that each and every conversion is a forcible conversion, and it presumes very much so that the DM through the police has more power to inquire into your genuine intention about your conversion than you yourself do, which is fully against the Puttaswamy judgment of the Supreme Court. It's against my right to choose my fate. It's against my right to make choices, and even in terms of marriage, because it prohibits marriage which are done for the purpose of conversion.
Today, as we all gathered here for the big strike, because today is the verdiction day as an anti-conversion bill, which has to be yet to be passed. So we totally oppose that, and we are not happy with the government, what the government is doing, because the constitution is already clearly given all the wonderful the laws which has given. In spite of it, which this new bill which is coming, it's really ridiculous.
Now the government says it's only against forced conversion.
If that was the case, why they are targeting Christians?
Lots of voices being raised against the bill which was tabled in the Karnataka Assembly. People saying it will in fact actually reduce the freedom to religion that the bill says it is trying to protect. With DM Kumar, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV. Protests on in Bengaluru against the bill that was tabled in the Karnataka Assembly, which has been drawing a lot of questions, a lot of opposition. Joining us, the Archbishop of Bengaluru, the Reverend Father Peter Machado. Sir, the government says it's just to prevent forced conversions, but clearly there's a lot of concern.
As you see this group here, it's not a Christian group, and the Christians have not organized any rally for today. We tried it in the past. We appealed to the government, and the government was not listening. But now when the contents of the bill are read by the rest of the groups, they say it is not affecting only the Christians, it's affecting the larger society. On the question of privacy, on the question of marriage, on the question of women, on the question of the Dalits, the Muslims, so many other groups are there. There are 40 human rights groups here. I'm just a minority here. I'm just one of them. And this is not a Christian rally. Meaning to say that the Indianness is touched much more than our religiousness. And it's very sad that the government should not have taken up to this step in order to attack us or in order to humiliate us. It looks as though they're humiliating more and more groups that are behind me.
The Archbishop of Bengaluru at this protest rally against the bill tabled in the Karnataka Assembly. The Karnataka calls it the Freedom of Religion Bill. Here it is seen as something which is a bit violative of freedom of right to choose a religion. With DM Kumar, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.